Hello everyone and welcome to Hero Wars livestream. My name is Bob and I am Hero Wars community manager. And today we all gathered here because we have a very interesting topic to discuss, meaning new and improved Heidi. Now Heidi, of course, is a very cute little mage monkey that hasn't really been given the treatment he deserves for quite some time, but that is about to change because soon new and improved Heidi will surprise you all in the game. But for now, while we are still waiting for that, we will be able to see our new monkey in action here on this very live stream. We will see his new abilities, which basically stayed the same but became much stronger. We will see which packs he suits better. We will see against which pack he is better once again. And you, my dear friends, will also be able to help me out with this. Not only we have some very interesting fights already recorded, but we will also need your help to, just see if Heidi will fit a pack that a chat can come up with. But before that, please tell me if you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying safe, staying inside for now at least. Matters will probably become better in the near future, but in the meantime, hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking if you have. I haven't really seen yet. Hello, Bob. Hi there. Yeah, let me see what this chat is doing here. I see our old-time friend, Hero Wars Central. Hello, Charles. You're very welcome, just like everyone else. Heidi with Dante, new meta. Maybe, who knows? I mean, Dante hasn't been reworked yet, but that might happen in the future. For now, Heidi is getting that rework that he deserves, so we will see about that. All right. Before I will jump right into the game, please let me guys know if you are doing well so far. I will have to just, launch it, prepare it for you, and we will be good to go. All right. Now, as I already said, Heidi did not get any entirely new abilities, but rather all his old abilities have been rescaled. Now, what that means? That means that he now benefits much more from magic attack. That's right. Let me take you to the game and we will continue from there. All right. Let me open Heidi here and find his skills and we will talk about them real quick. Here he is, our cute little monkey. All the fights are going to be, will be conducted on a test server in the maximum, level capacity. Everything is maxed out, just so the picture is, equal from defending to attacking team. All right, so if you haven't played Heidi before, well, it wouldn't be too big of a surprise because, well, speaking of heroes that needed better treatment, Heidi definitely was among those. And let me just position the chat more carefully here so I will see you beautiful people alongside my other screen. Now, his first ability is, of course, Death Flower. He just throws a poisonous flower in the center of the enemy team, and that flower starts dealing periodic magical damage. What happened here, the amount of damage that depends on magic attack has been increased by 15%, and also damage per level has also increased. So that is a huge scale damage-wise. The whole point of the skill remained the same, but now it just deals way more damage. Same goes for the Toxic Spit. That is the second ability that Heidi possesses. He shoots the nearest enemy with a poisonous dart, poisoning them. Obviously, it's a poisoning dart, and blinding them as well, which makes Heidi actually pretty good against very potent physical damage heroes such as Kira and Karth. We will see that in action soon. Also, the damage for this ability has been increased by 20%. Well, the scaling from magic attack has been increased by 20%, as well as the damage per level. So that ability just deals basically more than 20% more damage than before, which is a lot. Now, of course, the Snake Charmer, his third ability, basically targets the enemy with the lowest health and then launches a snake. That snake deals pure damage, and as you know, pure damage is nothing to be messed with, should be reckoned with, and Heidi in the near future will show all you guys that this little fella and his pet snake are capable of very wonderful things. Now, his fourth ability has not been changed at all. What it basically does is it allows Heidi to enter the state in which Heidi will be dodging enemies' attacks if he hasn't received damage in some time. What that means is he starts from 20%. If he's not hit, that evasion chance is starting to increase, and it goes all the way to the 80% damage evasion, which is amazing. That ability wasn't changed. And now let me guide you all people to the basically battlefield that is about to happen here. So in the trainings, we have several replays against very popular teams. Now, what I want you guys to do is to look at the teams we have here and help me create a pack with Heidi. Now, I realize that, with all this chaotic draft, the chances to succeed are not extremely high, but who knows? Maybe we will win, maybe we'll win and also have fun. And you know what? I'm not doubting the second part at all. So as you can see here in the defense team, we have Astaroth, Kira, Nebula, Jorgen, and Faceless. A pretty standard pack that you can see in Arena, Grand Arena. Very, very standard stuff. And to your possible surprise, Heidi, in combination with other heroes, can actually defeat this team. But for now, let me see what you guys think, who I should pick against this team here. Just go on ahead and type your options in the comments, and I will go for them. Meanwhile, while you are typing the options, I will explain what Heidi is expected to do now that he's new. Heidi is a great secondary damage dealer, which means that he will require a strong hero supporting him to deal the main amount of damage. And Heidi will provide very precise and strong magic attacks on the lowest health enemies as well as the nearest enemies. And of course, his first ultimate will be hitting the entire enemy team. All right, let's see. I see several people writing Celeste. All right, Celeste will definitely go to the list. Why not? It's going to be a party of mages, so that is pretty much expected. I also saw Nebula. And Nebula is a pretty good idea, since the positioning of Heidi puts him to the left from Nebula, and that's why he receives a buff from her. And as I said, since his attacks are scaling better now with magic attack, the buff from Nebula will actually do a lot of difference here. All right, so a lot of people I see want me to put several Satori there. I see one Kira, I see lots of Cleavers actually. Well, why the hell not? Let's try Cleaver. Now, Cleaver has, armor artifact, and is going to help, our little monkey and others survive better against this pack that deals a lot of physical damage. But as you can see, Heidi now is in the back line. Maybe we want, someone who is going to, back this party up from behind. Now, people are saying Andvari, but do we really want to put Heidi in the backline against Jorgen? I don't think that's a good idea, because Jorgen is gonna just redirect all the damage to our cute little monkey, and he will always be damaged, and therefore his fourth ability won't kick in, he won't get additional evasion, and he will need additional evasion against Kira. So right after I said that, people started to suggest Martha. Let's try Martha, why not? Let's see how this pack will do. Now, I'm not sure in the end result, because that's not the pack that I was training with. But who knows? Who knows? If that won't work, it's not going to be an issue. We have just a team to suggest to you that will include Heidi. That will defeat this team in these circumstances. But for now on, let's see what we guys drafted with LU and see if we are actually successful. All right, some time to load here. Meanwhile, let me see the chat. All right, and off we go. If we won't see something important, I will try to, slow the combat down. But for now, everything is pretty, a standard. Nebula is buffing Heidi, which is good. Celeste is doing damage and healing, getting that buff from a Nebula as well. But things are not going well for our attacking team. So now, oh, look at that. Kira just died with no chances. That magic damage was huge. Now, Heidi uses the ultimate. A lot of periodic damage starts to tick. And basically, the defending team has already lost its main attacker. Kira is just out of the equation, and the things continue to happen. But, oh my god, that was very unfortunate. Heidi got popped very soon. It looks like our chat draft did not really work out as we hoped it would, which is a shame, but you know, it's not too big of a deal because we have a pack that we could safely recommend you, that you can possibly try if you will ever be faced against Kira and this popular pack. Let us see here. This is a replay that I wanted to show you, and I will talk you through this, and you will see what exactly happens here. Now, what's interesting about this clip is that Heidi here is, it's a spoiler, not going to even use his ultimate, because Jürgen will prevent him from it, but it won't matter. Like the additional damage that he will provide Karth with will actually be sufficient enough. So what happened there is Faceless lifted Astaroth, exposing Kira, and Heidi and Karth dealt the necessary damage to overcome the threat. Now, basically, as you can already see, nothing is going to stop Karth and Heidi from wreaking havoc on the defending team. And as I said in the beginning, Heidi is basically plays his role as a very solid secondary damage dealer. He needs someone, you know, bulkier, someone with more tech to support him with, but he will become a great addition to the team, which lacks the damage just ever so slightly. So that was a, you know, a fight against a very popular Kira pack. We tried the chat, we tried the pack that was prepared before that. Now let's see the second battle challenge that we have here. We have 4 replays to go through. Make sure to stick through the entire stream. And all right, I think that's the same one I picked before. No, that is correct, right? That is a second pack, and let me see how it's different. Oh, right, I remembered. This pack is not different, but in this case, we decided to go for a different approach, actually. So we could, you know, go ahead and try another pack of yours if you want. But since we already done that, I will most likely just, you know, save it for the next pack, for the third one. I will read your suggestions for the pack. But for now, since you've already faced that pack, you already had your shot, let me see the replay that we chose for this pack. Basically, we switched things up a little bit here. I will get you through this. As you can see, this is a pack that was sort of suggested here. There's Satori and there's Lian. I saw those suggestions several times. Now, what's important here is Lian is constantly putting Kira to sleep after her attacks. And as a result of that, Kira misses a lot of auto attacks that she would have otherwise landed. And that allows Celeste to keep the core heroes alive, which in this case are Satori and Heidi and Lian, of course. And after that happened, Satori basically did all the damage from the stacks of his mark, and Heidi, he was throwing the snake, he was throwing the poisonous dart in the beginning of the fight, and as a result, heroes just basically were able to overcome Kira with a lot of thanks to Lian, actually. And Lian, as you know, has been reworked not so long ago, like I believe a couple of months ago. I think it was in February or something. But I might be confusing things. Anyhow, Lian was basically really good there, as you guys saw in the conjunction with Heidi. Now, let us try one more time, with your help, to find a pack against, of course, infamous Karth pack. Pretty standard stuff here in the defending team. As you can see, Astaroth, Karth, Nebula, Jürgen, and Faceless. Now, of course, the necessary components in this fight will be Heidi, but the rest I will leave up to you. Let's see if the chat is lucky this time. Lian is big. Why not Heidi? Well, we just tried Lian. Let's see who we can go against one more time. Don't use Andvari. Well, all right, I won't use Andvari, and actually the pack that will defeat this pack doesn't have Andvari in it, so basically we'll win even, you know, without Andvari. But we will see what will happen in here first. And people are suggesting to pick Andvari, but I mean, I think we might, but because, you know, we will show you a fight without him. Maya plus Nebula, Andvari, Astaroth, a lot of Astaroth, and Andvari. Okay, I will follow your guidelines, and I will try this pack. I gotta be honest, I haven't tried that. I haven't tried Andvari in this pack at all. Because, you know, the thing that we were going with in our replays were, you know, conjunction between Nebula, Heidi, and Faceless. Faceless basically exposes the hero behind the tank, Heidi deals a lot of damage to that hero alongside with the main damage dealer, and that's how, you know, packs like Kira pack and Kar pack are potentially can be overcome. All right, so Leon, oh, I think we already tried Leon. She was really good. And twins. Well, actually, I've seen Lars and Kristen. I see a lot of twins. Let's try. I mean, twins are good on their own, and as I said, Heidi is a good secondary healer. But you know, in this case, we don't really have a lot of healing, obviously. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this pack at all. It looks a bit weird, but you know, we'll see what will happen. Why not? Sorry if that's not the pack that you envisioned. I kind of had to pick, you know, like the most popular options in the chat, even if in conjunction they didn't make all that much sense. But it doesn't matter because we know how to win this pack, even if this pack doesn't succeed. But who knows? Maybe we will be lucky this time. Let us see what Heidi and others will do here. All right. Don't use Andvari. Don't worry, we won't use Andvari in the next replay against the same team. So you will be able to see the results. All right, what do we have here? So Nebula in the defending team is buffing Kar. And if he ults in that position, and he will, that will be a lot of damage. Let us see if Astaroth even makes it. No, he actually dies on our side and is resurrected by himself. Now, Kark is actually in the same line as Astaroth, and Heidi, alongside with twins, are able to deal the necessary damage. But is it necessary enough? I am not sure, actually. Kark survives, gets resurrected by Astaroth, and that will lead us to the defeat. Well, as I said, yes, that was a weird draft from us. We didn't really put any healers in it, and I know that was my fault. But, you know, that was a popularity contest, basically, which doesn't matter because we have a pack that will actually overcome just the pack that we saw, and it won't even contain Andvari. Let us see what I mean. Twins was a bad choice. But, well, maybe not necessarily on their own, but without a support, yeah, probably. All right, as you can see here, we have a pack with Satori. And Faces will do the trick that I've been talked about before. And we will see what will happen to Kar here. Now, Kar is getting a lot of damage, but thanks to the armor artifact that we have on our side, we are able to tank it. And Satori, being the main damage dealer here, basically demolishes the enemy team because he stacked a lot of his marks. And the rest is history. The rest is basically Jorgen just standing on his own, which won't be happening for too long, as you can imagine. Yeah, basically Jorgen was just, you know, the lost cause on his own. As you can see, the Kar team can be actually pretty, well, not necessarily very easily, but can be defeated using some main damage dealers alongside with Heidi. All right, and but what if we want to defeat a team that we just used against the Kar team, which is basically like includes Satori, but instead of Heidi, that team would have, you know, say Jorgen as a very popular combination here. You can see this team here. It's basically what we just played against the Kar team, but instead of Jorgen, we had Heidi. Now, let's see if chat is lucky for the third time. As they said, as they say, excuse me, third time's the charm. And I saw a lot of Aurora suggestions because, you know, because of the dodge. Now, as you can see here, dodge is not going to be all that great against the magic team, right? Like Satori doesn't really care much about dodge, even though, excuse me, even though some of his attacks are necessary to land the Fox mark, like Faceless, Nebula, I'm sorry, not Nebula, Celeste, they don't care about the dodge in this case. I need to see Arachne. All right, you know what? I don't mind. Like I see several people already were already advocating for Arachne. I don't mind, chat, but I mean, you're on your own here. You're basically giving me an opportunity to show you some janky combinations, and I like janky combinations. If they don't work, no problem, but when they do, you know, it's always awesome. So yeah, Aurora, lots of Aurora. All right, guys, I mean, the dodge won't really work from my opinion, but you want to see her, why not? Let's go for it. But you know, if I'm agreeing on Aurora, I finally found her. Let's put someone who will actually be providing some essential healing. Martha, exactly. Like I see some Martha. Mojo and Heidi can be good team. You know what? Why not we just try that? We pick Martha and Mojo. Again, pretty weird combination. I don't imagine that too many people would play that. But we're having fun here before showing you the real good stuff. And who knows, maybe this time you drafted something extraordinary. Let us see. Can't wait. Rufus. Well, yeah, I mean, but Rufus is just a one-trick pony in this case, right? He will, of course, be very good against the magic damage team, but it won't really, it won't be fun, and it won't highlight the, the strength of our new and improved Heidi, in my opinion. Alright, so here's exchanging their skills. I'm trying to see... Oh, Satori just got deleted with the help of Arachne and Heidi. But, sorry chat, unlucky once again. I really don't think that our left standing Aurora and Martha will actually be able to climb out of this one. But who cares? It doesn't matter. This pack will be defeated by us in a minute. And Heidi will show his better colors this time. I think we'll just, increase the speed because, as you can see here, it's pretty much over at this point. We will either run out of time or just die straight ahead. I wonder if Aurora will actually hold. Yeah, she held it, but, since we were in the attacking team, that was not good enough for us. What will be good enough for us, thankfully, is the fight that we have here that I will go through with you and explain what happened. Even if, I think that you don't even need all that much of an explanations. Now, as you can see here, Nebula will be buff both Car and Heidi. This position is very important. She basically gives her orb to whoever stands on the left and on the right from her. And all right, again, what happened here that was the tank was lifted, a lot of damage he took, and Heidi was basically alongside with Car able to just go through this all without no problem. But you know what? I want to see that one in a slow motion this time because we basically watched all of those in in a normal speed, and I don't think we saw everything that we wanted to see there. And I think this last replay is a good highlight of what I've been talking about so far. So let me just skip a little bit of animations here and then just put it at 1/4 of the total speed. Just so we could, understand better what's happening. So Satori just applies his mocks. The tanks are just getting the initial damage. Astaroth just received more than, our Astaroth, enemy Astaroth, that is, which is good because, we have to keep our tank alive, obviously. For now, it's just auto attacks. The skills hasn't really kicked in yet. Nebula just healed again the guys hiding Car who was standing to her sides, and now, bam! Astaroth just receives ton of damage. Look at the snake. The snake goes and bites the weakest hero now, and Celeste is getting just almost insta-killed with the third skill of Heidi. All right, and now that Kark is going to get rid of her, he's going to get rid of... Oh no, he's not getting rid of Astaroth, but it doesn't matter. Heidi is using his ultimate. It lands in the middle of the enemy team and it starts dealing damage. Look at that pure damage. Ticks 1, 2, 3, and it just becoming a little bit too much. But as I already mentioned several times, Kark is basically still very necessary in this particular case as the main damage dealer, and he just throws everyone in the air, and basically this is just going to be the end of our very popular, once again, team that we just defeated with Heidi. So that's it, guys. Heidi got a major buff. His first, second, and third ability basically became very, very, very strong and potent. And as a result, he's probably going to be used now with Nebula as one of the main, combinations that we talked through today. New Heidi is good with Faceless, obviously, because Faceless lifts a tank, gets the first enemy team exposed, and Heidi is basically dealing a lot of damage with his second skill, which poisons and blinds the target. And by the way, the target blind is also very popular and important against Kark team and Kira, simply because they are usually the ones who stand right behind the tank. So after the tank is lifted and pulled back, Heidi can blind Kira or Kark, and as a result, those heroes might miss their ultimates. They might miss very important hits that would otherwise kill the enemy team, well, being your team, and that helps a lot as well. Now, and also just to summarize, Heidi is basically dealing lots of damage that can be scaled well. So buff him up, and if you buff him up, the scale will deal with most of your opponents in conjunction with someone else pretty easily. Also Leanne, did you see Leanne? Like Leanne was really good as well. She was basically not allowing Kira to hit, but even when Kira did hit, Heidi has already gone into the stage close to 80% evasion, which was amazing. So you can guys test out Heidi in combination with Aurora against, against physical damage team, as you suggested. But, obviously I didn't want to pick Aurora against, magic damage, which I did anyway. Try that out with Elmir as well, who knows, maybe in conjunction with Aurora's artifact, that can be good as well. But for now, that will be it about new Heidi. Stay tuned, he is about to appear alongside with new special event tomorrow at 2 a.m. UTC, and the event will last for 4 days. And aside from Heidi Soulstones, it will also has something else, but you will have to wait and see for yourselves. As for now, it was a pleasure to me to see all of you guys, to chat with you, to pick a team and fight alongside with you. That was a real pleasure. Thanks all for coming. I hope you are happy to see that old heroes are getting necessary reworks. I know I am happy. But for now, stay safe. Check out new Heidi tomorrow, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.